Instantly, my fiancée changed her tune about the whole thing. She never outright told me what she thought, but I know for a fact she resented every moment I was with someone else. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, "She forced me into an open relationship, but now she's demanding we become exclusive again." And a big shout out to Mark for sending me this story. And guys, what we have here, this is about a guy, sounds like he's probably in his late 20s or so. He's engaged, and out of nowhere, his fiancée demanded, those are his words, demanded an open relationship before they get married. And unfortunately, like a lot of boneheaded guys before him, and unfortunately after him, he goes along with this. However, things don't exactly work out the way she thought they would, and it ends up blowing up in her face big time on multiple fronts. How and why? Well, I'll let you find out in real time. But let's just say, guys, the guy has the last laugh. And once again, this is proving, again, this doesn't work. You would think, with all these stories that you guys have heard on here all over the internet about horror stories, how these things don't work out, these people wouldn't try these things. But yet they keep doing it because probably the girl's told by her girlfriends that she can make it work or some bullshit like that, and these guys go along with it. And I also have to say this, no woman that truly is in love with her guy is ever going to want to be hooking up with other dudes, let alone have other girls touching him and the risk of that girl taking him away. Okay? If she's in love with him, that's not going to happen. And certainly if she respects him, because she'll know darn well he'll walk away, that's the end of it. But they got to learn the hard way. So guys, your relationship guy, never go along with this. No freaking man should ever agree to this. If you do, it's going to bite you in the ass. It's over. And the odds are very likely she's already hooking up with somebody else anyway, or multiple somebody else's. That's just a pass for her to cheat. So, let's see what happens here. He says here, "I'm just so over it at this point. My fiancée, a 27-year-old female, demanded that we open up the relationship earlier this year. She told me she wanted to explore a side of her and felt safe doing it with me. Translation, I think you're a weak pussy and you're going to go along with whatever I say, so therefore I feel comfortable bringing this up and having you go along with it. I was adamantly against it, but she said she contemplated leaving me and I broke down. Like a moron, I allowed her to bully me into an open relationship." Smack. What kind of man allows his woman to bully him into saying, either you let me go out there and suck a whole lot of sausage and F a whole lot of guys, otherwise we're done. What kind of man's going to allow that? You're going to marry this girl and stay with her where she's going to go F other dudes? What kind of freaking relationship is that? This is not a girl to be in a relationship with, let alone marry. But a lot of guys out there they don't think too highly of themselves, not a lot of self-worth, and are worn down, and they go along with this out of fear. This is why I try to build guys up. It's been 6 months, and now her tune has changed entirely. At first, she was ecstatic. She almost instantly found a guy who she hooked up with. Instantly, my ass, that dude was already ready to go. I'm almost 100% sure she was planning on having you-know-what with him anyway, and this was all just a way for her to do it above board. There you go. Now common sense is starting to come in. I guess it didn't work out, though. Because after a month, he was gone. And as far as I'm aware, she has not found another partner since. At first, I planned not to try to find another partner. My resentment towards her and an opportunity arose, and the next thing I knew, I began seeing an old friend from college who always seemed to have a crush on me. There you go. Now, it wasn't like he just randomly picked up some chick. This was a girl he used to know, Fred, who he knew was a sure thing. But regardless, he's getting some action. Now notice, 6 months she was doing this, and he wasn't at all interested. And he's doing this as a way of a payback to her. This is not a healthy relationship. It should have been over. But here's a question. She had a dude for a month. No problem there. Why isn't she finding anybody else that wants to nail her? Right? Because an average girl can hold up a sign that says free you know what, and she'd have a line 5 city blocks of dudes that want to nail her. They may not want their friends to know they're going to hook up with her, but they'd do it if they didn't have to get caught. So what's up with her? Does she have bad breath? Does she have an ass the size of a Ford Expedition? I mean, these are important questions to ask here. Instantly, my fiancée changed her tune about the whole thing. Shocker. She never outright told me what she thought, but I know for a fact she resented every moment I was with someone else. Sweetheart, this was your idea, and you had no problem with this so long as you were getting steady sausage. But now that you have no guy that's tapping you, all of a sudden, I'm supposed to stop? Oh, no. Oh, no. But she's thinking this girl could take him away from me. I could see that I was eating her away. I knew it hurt her ego when I would come home from my casual fling with my friend. She never said anything, though, until now, last week. Another opportunity arose. An old coworker that I've been talking to asked if it would be a DFT, whatever the hell that is, and I said sure. So now, not only is he hooking up with one, he's hooking up with two different chicks. Meanwhile, she has a dry spell and no sausage for her. Again, what the hell does she look like? This must be making her crazy. This is unhealthy as all hell. But you know what? She deserves this. This guy should get out now at this point. When I told my fiancée about this, she broke down crying and said she wanted to close the relationship again. Yeah, because you're having fun and she isn't. Said it made her feel unloved and useless to see me with another woman. And now the prospect of a second is destroying her inside. Let's rewind time, sweetheart. Let's get the time machine out. Let's get the DeLorean and go back in time and watch whose idea this was. We all heard it. It was her, and she demanded it. It wasn't just something that she just brought up over the dinner time or something like that. She demanded this and made him feel so worthless that she'd leave him if he didn't go along with this. But now, she wants to end this. She tried to use the same old tactics she did before. Shocker. She's gaslighting and using emotional manipulation to try and get out of this. Oh, what great wife material, huh? Last night she tried to bully me again into closing the relationship. I told her I would think about it, but right now this is the bed she made and she needs to learn to sleep in it. She ended up calling her mother sometime last night as well, and I woke up with dozens of texts from her parents telling me I'm horrible. Hang on here. Her parents are saying you're the bad guy here. Did they get the part of the story where this was her idea and she used all this emotional manipulation tactics to get you to go along with this? That I'm going to leave you unless you let me have all the freaking sausage and hot dogs and popsicles, whatever you want, bananas that I want? How are you the bad guy here? But something tells me even if she did tell them that, they would still think you're the bad guy. I could be wrong. Not my little angel. Our little angel will never do such a thing. It's you, you big meanie. I'm going to call off the marriage this week, praise Jesus, and break up with her. I'm going to continue seeing my old college friend because at least I'm not a lying, manipulative bitch. Good job, bro. You've redeemed yourself, okay? I can't believe you went along with that shit, but a lot of guys do. But look at this whole thing. She had a guy, obviously had a guy set up, did this whole thing as an excuse to cheat, toyed with his feelings, toyed with his emotions. I mean, who would want to be with someone like that? Welcome to today's world. This is why men have to do what they can to become the best versions of themselves, the best they can be, feel good about themselves, because a guy that feels good about himself and is doing well would never put up with this shit ever, let alone be with a girl like this, ever. Now, real quick, I'm going to read a few comments that he had in the comment section and have a few comments here. He also says here in response to other comments, he says, I think I've known for a while that it was never going to work out between me and her. You think? The fact that she told her mommy that I'm sleeping with someone else when she opened the relationship just as a cherry on top for all the reasons I need to break it off. This relationship was doomed. It was probably doomed before she brought this thing up. He also said, ever since we got engaged, our relationship has been falling apart. I'm pretty sure she was already having an emotional affair with her fling when she opened the relationship. I should just have cut it off, but that it is what it is. Yeah, you can't change the past. I'm going to bet you because he said when everything's been going downhill and falling apart since they got engaged. Probably what happened is that he gave her that ring, and that gave her certainty. And she has certainty that, I got this guy. He's not going anywhere. Now I can do what I want. Right? Terrible. Because remember, women hate uncertainty, and yet they're drawn to it. Who gives women all the uncertainty? Bad boys. And who do they chase after? Bad boys. Who gives women certainty? Nice guys. And who get usually the worst behavior? The nice guys. So by him giving her that ring, gave her certainty this guy ain't going anywhere, and that's when things started falling apart, hence then the open relationship. She figured, I got this guy, I got all the power, I got all the leverage, done. But I bet you that if he didn't give her that ring, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, a few comments here. One guy says, she brought it on herself, and if others want to call you horrible, tell them that why you opened it up in the first place. Yeah, I guarantee you, not everybody got the full story. Another guy says, yep, classic case of wanting to have her cake and eat it too. Then when things didn't go as planned, used manipulation tactics to make him look horrible and the bad guy, without any accountability for her crappy behavior and decisions. OP is best to get out now and not look back. Who needs that shit? Amen. And, by the way, get that goddamn ring back. He may not get a whole lot of money, but it could be a trophy. That ring he gets back from her can be a reminder of what he got himself into so he doesn't do this a second time. Another guy says here, that was really shitty of her to do a smear campaign after this all transpired. Honestly, breaking it off is the best thing you can do at this point. Nothing can be truly salvaged at this point. Even if you wanted that, which you clearly don't, tell them all what really happened. Don't let her trash your name. Yeah, I'd write a letter to the parents, send it by certified mail, that way they can't say they didn't get it, and explain the whole thing. And say, hey, look, you've obviously known me for a while. I know I'm a good guy, that I wouldn't just do this, and here's what happened. You may not want to hear that your darling angel of a daughter, don't say that, would do such a thing, but that's what happened. And I wish you all the best, but do not trash my name or send me nasty messages and all that, because I'm the good man that was originally good enough to marry your daughter. This is on her. And I'm not going to be involved in a relationship or marry someone like this. Not happening. Hopefully she learns a lesson. Best of luck. Sayonara. Another guy says here, and they're all the same. Person who wants to open the relationship just wants the sex with someone else. This person does not want their partner to have you-know-what with anyone else, and either sabotages or demands to close the relationship as soon as the partner has the opportunity. Partner says no, no shenanigans ensue. Partner says no, and shenanigans ensue. Another guy says here, I am almost 100% sure she was planning on having you-know-what with him anyway, and this was all just a way for her to do it above board. Yeah. Almost always in these stories, either they're already cheating with another dude or dudes, or they have a guy just there waiting for her to manipulate these poor guys, these poor suckers into this. The guy reluctantly says okay, and there she goes. It's a sausage fest. And last, this guy says you should have no doubt that she had him lined up before she pulled this shit. And there's a good chance she was banging him before you agreed. Dump her ass. And make sure to tell her parents the true story why you're leaving her. Never put up with this crap again. Walk and live a better life. Amen. Yes, never put up with this bullshit again. End it with her. Cut off all contact. If you're living together, get all your shit out of there and move on. And when you move on, and she eventually comes back crying and begging for a second chance and trying more shit, remember this. And read the Reddit post and all the comments, people telling you what she's really like and her true colors in case this guy's starting to feel weak. Because a lot of guys can be tough and break up with their girl, but after a while they start missing the good times, if you will, and start looking at the past through rose-colored glasses or rose-colored goggles and make the same mistake again and take her back. Don't do that. And try it out with this new girl, but take your time and work on yourself, work on being the best version of yourself, and it hopefully never happens again. And when you with a girl that pulls this shit again, toss her to the side of the road. Done. Never tolerate this shit, guys, ever. Because I know I got a lot of relationship guys in this channel, and guys can talk tough, say, I would never do that. I would never agree to that. Well, let's see when you meet some girl and you fall in love with her and are completely mesmerized by her, and she pulls us how strong you are. So hopefully those that watch this learn this and don't fall into the same trap. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you got a great article or story you want to share, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I definitely will down the road. You guys have been awesome with this. I'm getting bombarded with emails of these stories. Keep them coming. A lot I can't do for various reasons, but keep them coming. It makes it easier for me. And the more you guys send, the easier it is for me to get more out every day. I try to do 2 to 3 videos no matter what every day between both channels, and the more you send, the easier it is for me. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.